Hi, we're here for another rtcStats showcase. This time we're going to look at Jitsi Meet and also show what happens when a system behaves slightly different than what we expect and how that appears in our scores. So just to begin with, the scoring here is 67%, which is a lot lower than I would have expected. We'll see in a moment why, and that's mainly because the way Jitsi works is that it uses a peer-to-peer for one-to-one, which means that we started with a single person, added another one. Now we have two separate peer connections running, one for the actual call, which runs peer-to-peer between me and Philip, and the other one is waiting for a third person to join. When that third person joined, we switched toward there. And then all of the observations that we have are not tweaked for that type of behavior. Let's see what that means exactly.
Yes, it's a good reminder that you need to take into account the service behavior, not just the plain scores.
Yes, and
Okay.
we're likely going to modify our scoring and our observations also to fit these kinds of use cases.
Yes, but I think it's not good to compare the scores between services. It's like you compare your service over time and score for that.
Okay.
So we see two peer connections here. One is for the SFU, the first one, connected all the time.
Yep.
And the second one is the peer-to-peer for one-to-one connection.
Okay. Let's go to streams.
Switch back to connections, please.
Yes.
And open the second one. We will see that the DTLS establishment is slow, which is true. It's like 600 milliseconds and then 217 milliseconds for DTLS, but that's because we're establishing a peer-to-peer DTLS connection between me here in Germany and you in Israel. So it's expected, but it doesn't matter from a UX point of view because we're still using the SFU connection while that connection is being set up. It's peer-to-peer for one-to-one. I like the architecture.
Okay. Let's go to streams. Now, the first thing is we've got two peer connections. This is the first one. This is the second one. Now, for the way the timeline works, I don't want to look at it like that. I want to look at the timeline. So I'll switch to order it by time. And then what we see is the actual media streams that were created. And it tells a slightly different story. We've got the first part. This is the connection through the SFU, which we didn't end up using at the beginning.
Yes, just for a few seconds.
Yes. Then with the second peer connection here, where we were the two of us talking to each other. And then the first peer connection came in again when the third participant joined. And we see that we switched from peer to peer to using only the first peer connection that goes to the SFU.
Yes, that's the peer-to-peer for one-to-one architecture. Works fairly well from a user experience point of view.
Yep. Okay. Other interesting things here?
We see AV1 being fully rolled out. Jitsi wrote a blog post, I think, 2 years ago about making the switch, so that's expected.
Yes. Okay. So thank you, and we'll see you next time in another showcase. And until then, come check us out at rtcstats.com.